Have you ever had one of those mornings where you walk into a room and completely forget why you went in there? Maybe you open the fridge, stare inside for a minute, and think, what was I looking for? If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. It happens to the best of us, especially as we move gracefully past 60. But what if I told you that one small morning habit, something you might be doing without even realizing it, could actually be speeding up that memory loss? And even better, what if I told you that with just a few gentle shifts, you could protect your memory and keep your mind sharp and lively for years to come? Today, we are diving into a topic that's incredibly important and close to my heart: how our simple morning choices can impact our memory health. Memory loss isn't something we just have to accept as part of getting older. There's a lot we can do to slow it down, even reverse some of the effects. So grab a cup of tea or coffee, get comfortable, and let's have a real conversation about it. First, let's talk about something that seems harmless but can be surprisingly damaging: starting your day in a rush. Picture this: you wake up, maybe a little later than you planned, and the first thing you feel is pressure. You are checking your phone, flipping on the news, making a mental list of errands, doctor's appointments, or family calls you need to make. Before your feet even hit the floor, your mind is racing. This rush, this sense of urgency, triggers a stress response in your body. And while a little stress here and there isn't harmful, chronic stress, especially first thing in the morning, releases chemicals like cortisol that can wreak havoc on the part of your brain responsible for memory, the hippocampus. Over time, high cortisol levels can actually shrink this important memory center. Isn't that wild? Something as simple as waking up and immediately launching into a hectic mental checklist can quietly chip away at your memory over the years. The beautiful thing is, you have the power to change this starting tomorrow morning itself. The key is to create a gentle, intentional start to your day. Instead of reaching for your phone the moment you open your eyes, try placing it across the room at night so it's not the first thing you see. Give yourself a few minutes to stretch, breathe deeply, and set a calm tone for the day. A peaceful beginning doesn't just feel good, it literally protects your brain. And the best part, it doesn't require expensive supplements or complicated routines. Just a few minutes of mindful breathing or stretching can make a huge difference. Now, hand in hand with rushing comes another sneaky morning mistake: skipping breakfast or grabbing something sugary on the go. I know breakfast sometimes feels optional, especially if you are not that hungry early in the day. But here's the thing: after a full night's sleep, your brain is like a car running on empty. It needs the right kind of fuel to perform at its best. When you skip breakfast, or worse, flood your system with a sugar heavy meal like pastries or sweetened cereals, your blood sugar spikes and then crashes. And when your blood sugar crashes, your brain feels it first. You might notice yourself feeling foggy, forgetful, even a little grumpy or sluggish. A brain healthy breakfast doesn't have to be fancy. Something simple like a boiled egg, a handful of nuts, a slice of whole grain toast with avocado, or some yogurt with a few berries can do wonders. These foods provide a slow, steady release of energy that keeps your brain sharp and focused through the morning. When you treat your mornings like a gentle warm up instead of a sprint, and when you nourish your body and brain instead of shocking them with sugar or caffeine alone, you are giving yourself a massive advantage for the day ahead. You are not just feeding your body, you are protecting your memories, your stories, the precious details that make your life rich and meaningful. And here's something to really think about: memory isn't just about remembering facts or appointments, it's about remembering the feeling of holding your grandchild's tiny hand. It's about recalling the exact smell of your mother's favorite pie baking in the oven. It's about preserving your own beautiful history. Your memories are treasures and they are absolutely worth protecting. Now that we have talked about why rushing and skipping a healthy breakfast can quietly steal away at our memory, there's another common morning habit that's just as important to address. One habit many of us slip into without realizing it is starting the day without enough water. It sounds almost too simple to matter, right? But dehydration, even mild dehydration, can have a huge impact on how clearly we think, how well we remember things, and even how steady our mood feels throughout the day. After a long night's sleep, your body is naturally low on fluids, and your brain, which is about 75% water, is especially thirsty. When you skip rehydrating in the morning, it's like asking your mind to work overtime with half the power. You might notice feeling foggy, forgetful, even irritable. And it's not just age, it's a brain that's literally dying out. Starting your day with a simple glass of water before coffee, before breakfast, can help you feel more awake, focused, and balanced. It doesn't have to be fancy. Plain water does the trick beautifully. If you want to make it even more refreshing, squeeze in a little lemon. It's a small change, but one that can send a message to your brain that says, I am ready, I am cared for. Let's do this today. Another quiet thief of memory is falling into a routine that never really wakes up the mind. Our brains are built to crave a little challenge, a little variety. But sometimes, especially after 60, life can settle into such uncomfortable rhythms that the mind isn't asked to stretch or grow. You might wake up, read the same newspaper, eat the same breakfast, drive the same route, see the same few shows, and while routines can feel safe, they can also leave the brain understimulated. When the brain isn't challenged, it can start to slow down, not because it's getting older, but because it's simply not being used in new ways. Think of it like a muscle. If you stop using it, it naturally weakens. But just a tiny new habit in the morning, like learning a few words in a new language, trying a new route on your walk, or even brushing your teeth with your non dominant hand, can wake up different parts of your brain and build fresh connections. It doesn't have to be complicated or exhausting, just small sparks of novelty that tell your brain, hey, stay sharp, there's still so much to discover. These small choices, like drinking water and stirring up a little healthy mental challenge, set the tone for a sharper, stronger memory. not just for today, but for the years ahead. And speaking of setting a good tone, there's one more morning mistake that's easy to fall into. But once you spot it, you can take back control. It's the habit of starting your day with negativity. Maybe it's turning on the news first thing and hearing about all the bad things happening in the world. Maybe it's scrolling through your phone and seeing something upsetting. Or maybe it's just the quiet habit of waking up and immediately thinking about everything that could go wrong that day. It might seem harmless, but starting the day with negative thoughts can actually rewire your brain over time, making it harder to stay focused, recall information, and enjoy your memories. The brain is like a sponge, especially in the first hour after waking up. If you feed it fear, anger, or stress, it absorbs it. But if you feed it hope, gratitude, or calm, it soaks that up too. Imagine giving your brain a soft, warm start instead of a harsh jolt. Before you reach for your phone or turn on the TV, try spending just 2 minutes thinking about three things you are grateful for. Big or small, it doesn't matter. Maybe it's the way the sunlight falls on your favorite chair, the smell of coffee brewing, or the sound of a loved one's laughter in your memory. This small act can help shift your mind into a more positive, resilient state, one that holds on to memories longer and treasures them more deeply. Protecting your memory after 60 isn't about huge changes or complicated routines. It's about simple, gentle habits. Slowing down your mornings, feeding your brain with real nourishment, drinking water, waking up your mind with little challenges, and choosing positivity over fear. Every small step you take is a gift to the future of yourself. And remember, you are not just preserving memories, you are preserving the magic of your life story, the lessons you have learned, the love you have shared, the dreams you still hold. All of it matters. You matter. If today's video gave you even one small idea to try, I'd love to hear about it. Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more uplifting tips. Together, let's keep living, learning, and loving every single day. Here's to you, and here's to a bright, beautiful mind at every age. Thank you, and see you in the next video.